Good morning, everyone. Here on News Extra, our guest, it is last News Extra in uniform. He's retiring from the Nebraska State Patrol and moving on to other things. Trooper Chuck Elley, and we're going to talk about holiday enforcement today and things you have to be kind of aware of. And I guess, Chuck, first of all, sorry to see you go, but I'll be seeing you all the time anyway.
Yeah, you
right?
probably will.
Probably will.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, but it's been a great career, and looking forward to some of the new challenges I lie ahead for me. But I wanted to say I've really enjoyed you folks here at KNEB have been wonderful to allow me to come in here and mess up your radio shows and public service announcements for years now. So, and putting up with me, but you guys have been great to work with, and really, I tell you what, the professionalism that you guys have here is second to none. So, hats off to you guys and the teamwork and the things that you do for the community here. It's outstanding.
All right, thanks, Ben. All right, let's get with it here. Holiday enforcement, the selective enforcement, and that's already started, right?
It's already started, yes. Started December 12th, and it'll go through New Year's Day. And what this is a grant from the Nebraska Office of Highway Safety, and which is going to put more law enforcement, more troopers out on the roads doing selectives. They'll be doing quite a few selectives that are scheduled, and vehicle checks during the day and at night. And the idea behind this is to keep our roads safe, and so folks just be aware of that. Make sure you're, in a vehicle check, they're checking for your driver's license, registration, make sure your insurance card, and checking, make sure your lights and turn signals, horns, and all these mechanical things are working properly. But also, make sure you have if you're going to be out celebrating, make sure you have a designated driver, because if they get a whiff of smell of alcohol or drugs, marijuana is probably the most prominent one. But I tell you what, impaired driving, you'll be arrested, and you won't be going to the party, or you're not going to be going home. You're going to be going be lodged somewhere else where you're not going to want to go. So, please be smart about this. We talk about it a lot. If you're going to celebrate, fine, but make sure you have plans ahead of time. Do not drink and drive.
It's my understanding we've had fewer of our fatalities. Our fatalities are up this year some, but fewer of them involve alcohol this year than before, which means more people are starting to think designated driver anyway, right?
And I think you're right, Kevin. I think the word's, getting out, and with the vehicle checks and all the selectives that are going on by the State Patrol, but other police agencies across the state, I think the message is starting to take effect and making a difference. But we just need people to continue to go forward in the right direction and do the right thing here.
Yeah, especially if you're going out as a couple or something, you talk about it when you get there, who's driving and who's going to have a little bit of fun tonight, and the person that's driving just doesn't imbibe.
Yeah, that's right.
Fact.
That's what you got to do. So,
yeah. All right. Okay, and wear your seatbelt.
Oh, of course, wear your seatbelt, and we harp on this all the time, folks. And you see it, you hear about it reported here on KNEB and on your website. And I know you guys are really good about it and reminding people about wearing their seatbelts, but we continue to have these serious motor vehicle crashes where people are partially or fully ejected from the vehicle and they're no longer with us. And that it doesn't have to be that way. So, folks, do the right thing. It's the law, and make sure everybody's buckled up, because, it's going to these scenes and seeing what happens firsthand. It's tragic, and it not only does it, it's a terrible impact on the family. It is. But it's hard on law enforcement. It's hard on all your EMS personnel that have to deal with this. And so just do the right thing. This doesn't need to be this way. So make sure everybody's buckled up.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Some of the other things we want to talk about is the Ready report. If you see drunk drivers, make sure you report them, right? Or impaired drivers of some kind.
Impaired driver. You got somebody you don't know. I mean, they're all over the road. They could be texting while driving, whatever the case may be. Don't get hung up on why they're doing that. You need to report every drunk driver immediately, and that's what Ready Report stands for. Report every drunk driver immediately. And how do you do that? On your cell phone, call *55. pull over on the side of the road or hand your phone off to someone else that's in the vehicle and have them call. Get the plate number, the direction of travel, and of course, where you're at, and report that. You're going to be Star 55 is a state patrol, and you'll be talking to our dispatchers, and we need to get these people stopped and off the road as soon as possible. If you're on a landline, if you hear someone that's another way to report any kind of incident, whether it be a crash or impaired driving, whatever the case may be, you can call the 1-800-525-5555. Again, that's 1-800-525-5555. And of course, then for emergencies, you can always call 911. So, and that'll get to dispatch also. But the main thing is call. So yeah, you see something that needs to be reported, please do so. We would appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Have a couple more minutes. Be back right after this. All right, coming back in 3, 2, 1. Back on News Extra today, Trooper Chuck Elley is here. We're talking about holiday law enforcement. Don't forget they're going to be out doing those selective checks all the way through the holidays. So make sure you have a designated driver involved. Make sure you wear your seatbelts and report any impaired driving. Make sure you get that ready report, star 55 on your cell phone, or 1-800-525-5555, or you can simply call 911 in an emergency. Closed roads. Make sure you don't run around the gates. Right?
Excellent advice. Yes. As you know, we just had a pretty nasty winter storm here, and we didn't have any closed roads at the time, but it came very close to that. But I know last year we did have troubles with the people going around the barricades and driving on a closed road. Folks, you're just adding to the problem. You can look down the road and see, well, the road doesn't look that bad. Well, they don't close a road. It takes a lot to close a road. They don't close a road just for the fun of it. There are some serious issues. So if you go around the barricades on a closed road, you add to the problem. You will probably get ticketed for that. And not only that, you do not know how long it's going to be before law enforcement or EMS personnel is going to get to you. And when people do that, and when they add to the problem, what it does, the snowplows can't get around and getting the wreckers and all that to get people that are already stuck in snow drifts and things like that. You just caused a serious, and you just added to that problem. So please don't do that. Please abide by when the roads are closed. It's for a reason. Stay off a closed road. We'd appreciate it.
All right. We're actually out of time, but I want to do one more real quick thing. 511. Make sure people look at that, and you can either call or you can look on your website to find out what the road conditions are.
Yes,
right?
Excellent, Kevin. Forgot to bring that up. 511. Do that. You can get the current weather and road reports by doing that on your phone. And all of that, I strongly suggest if you're going to travel, like the storms we just had recently, folks, if you don't have to travel, don't. But go on to the Nebraska Department of Roads website. They have the camera of the state, and it shows the current conditions. They update it all the time, current conditions of the roads, and they have actual cameras that you can look on to see what they look like. So, and by gosh, folks, please, if you don't have to travel and when the weather is nasty like that, don't. Please, you're just putting yourself and everyone else at risk.
All right, partner. We'll have him back.
Well, I hope so.
He might not be in uniform. Might be in other clothing that we don't want to really show on video, but we'll see. We'll have him on.
Oh man. Okay. I thank you for that, I believe. But no, once again, appreciate you folks here at KNEB. You've been wonderful. So thanks a lot for all you've done for me and for this Nebraska State Patrol. Been great.
All right. Thanks.